hold up. If it's a Dragonair flight, why is there a Cathay Pacific airplane? Hello and welcome to another trip report where I'll be continuing the Taiwan flight series as we begin the series of flights back home. This first leg was on Dragonair to Hong Kong from Kaohsiung Airport in Southern Taiwan. Dragonair is of course now the regional subsidiary of Cathay Pacific, and they currently have 6 flights between the two cities, I believe. I'll be flying the late morning flight out. I'm also aware that Dragonair is now called Cathay Dragon, but let's stick to the previous one because it was still the old name when I flew it. The morning started with coming down from Taipei on the Taiwan High-Speed Railway, which was a quick 90 minutes before catching the Kaohsiung Metro to arrive at the International Airport. Were surprisingly empty for what would be a wide-body Airbus A330 for this short flight. I got the seats I'd requested previously by calling up the Dragonair Cathay Pacific office because I wasn't able to do so while web checking in, and I don't know why. Christmas was 3 days ago at the time and the terminal is set up for that. I'm a bit surprised at how empty the airport is despite being so big, but here you go with some of the planes that I did manage to spot. Including the previous Dragonair A320 flight. I got some light food being a little hungry from traveling for the whole day, and this was a good choice because it turns out the flight was delayed by 30 minutes. And I think I can see why, because by the time our plane pulled into the gate, it turns out not to be a red Dragonair A330, but instead a Cathay Pacific One World livery A333. I think this is the first time I've seen an inter-airline equipment swap. But it does make sense considering Cathay Pacific and Dragonair are sister airlines. Even though there's no change in the aircraft per se, I'm kind of disappointed that I wasn't able to fly a Dragonair wide-body flight.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, the captain speaking. My name is Brad Aiken, and my second Christmas. We'd like to welcome aboard Dragonair Flight 433, which is being operated by Line to Hong Kong. I'll get back to the moment pretty natural weather. Very shortly, our in-flight services to G will be showing us in aircraft and safety briefing. As this briefing contains some very important information about all planes. Right now, back to relax and enjoy the Cathay Pacific service.
With the flight time just over an hour, this is another short flight that I'm flying, but that didn't stop KA or CX from booting up their Studio CX IFE. They have a lot of stuff going on, but I just picked Coldplay's newest album at the time for a short listen. Meal service commenced almost immediately after the seatbelt sign switched off, and the meals are catered for Cathay Pacific. As opposed to my onward flight, the meal service meant a little snack instead of a full-on meal, which was a chicken wrap along with a carton of oolong tea. Apart from this, they also had a drink run for which I got orange juice.
Notice we've just commenced our short descent into Hong Kong at this stage. We expect to have disembark the aircraft at 1:30. On behalf of the Pacific Airways and the Dragonair, thank you for choosing to fly with us and good afternoon. Cabin crew, 30 minutes to landing.
For this flight, the aircraft and meals are catered to by Cathay, but the crew are from Dragonair and the whole flight operates under a Dragonair flight number. And this turns out not to be a rare occurrence because 2 out of the 10 past flights, when I did a little research, were operated by Cathay Pacific aircraft. And that is pretty much it, on a short flight on a not really clearly defined carrier. This aircraft was still in the old configuration, but I think these seats were really comfortable and the legroom was great as well. I say it was slightly better than the new seats, and so I'm gonna give it an 8.5 out of 10. The full IFE system on this short hop is complete overkill. The selection is really good and the music selection, which was my concern, was also pretty varied. So I'm gonna give a 9 out of 10 there. The meal service was probably the weakest point here compared to my onward flight on Dragonair with a full meal service. This was quite disappointing to just get a small wrap and a drink. The quality of the stuff was good, but just slightly so, I'd say. I'm gonna give an average 6.5 out of 10 for this. The crew on this flight were Dragonair crew and they did a really good job of being professional and friendly throughout the whole flight. It's a short flight, so you don't really see a lot of the crew, but they did their job pretty well while they could. I'm gonna give an 8. I'm not sure if I'm too fond of the CX aircraft swap, but you know, it's one of these things you have to deal with. So Cathay Pacific / Dragonair operated for Dragonair gets a combined total of Now I really don't mind being delayed as our connecting flight onwards to KL was at 4 PM, which meant less waiting time to connect. That's gonna be it guys, I'll see ya in the next video. Okay, just a little update. I'm a little busy with stuff nowadays, and that's why these videos keep getting slightly delayed. This is also the reason why my Q&A video is delayed so much. I have no plans to make it anytime soon, but I will make it, I guarantee that. Just give me time. I'm still able to keep the monthly schedule hopefully for the trip report, so that shouldn't be a worry. If you follow my Facebook page, you'll know that I'm no longer in Singapore or India at the moment, and I hopefully will have a few flights and trip reports coming up regarding that. Till then, cheers and ask me stuff in the comments. Bye bye.